Hey y'all, welcome back. Today's video is all about candy canes. It's part of the Sweet But Twisted Open Challenge. So let's get into it. Let's dive right in and make a candy cane gnome. What you're going to need is some yarn or a mop head, whatever you choose to use, some fabric, felt, and one of the Dollar Tree Santa hat tinsel wreaths. The first thing you're going to want to do is take all the tinsel off, and then using a pair of wire cutters or utility scissors, cut off as many of those little knobs on the sides as you can. Once you remove all the knobs, cut 2 pieces of felt and sandwich the wreath form in between the 2 pieces, securing them with hot glue. Don't secure it directly to the frame, but get as close to it as you can. Then just use your scissors and trim away any excess felt. Next, we're going to wrap the top portion that we just covered in felt with fabric. Now, the felt gives it a little more substance, and it helps to cover up the plastic. So just keep the fabric pulled tight, use your hot glue, and secure it down. I was so happy to find this fabric at the Dollar Tree in the Crafter Square section. I just think it fits this thing perfect with the red and the white. It's got just a little hint of green to it, and I just love it. I was jumping up and down. Yay, I actually found fabric. Next, we're going to stuff our hat with using whatever you got. You can see I'm using some plastic bags. I'm using some of the scrap felt that I cut away. If you've got pillow stuffing, you can certainly use that. I'm just grabbing what I had on hand and trying to get it down as close as I can to the bottom. Next, I'm just using my hot glue and finishing the seam on the back. And I will come back later and finish the top of his hat. Then just simply cut away your excess fabric. Now it's time to start working on the beard. So I cut strips of my chunky yarn that I got from Walmart into 22-inch strips and folded them in half. And as you can see here, there are 3 bars left on the bottom of the hat form. And I'm just looping it around the very top frame or piece of frame there. Very easy to do. Fold your yarn in half, put your 2 ends under that top bar, and then slip them through the loop at the bottom. This yarn makes the most beautiful beard, in my opinion, and it's so much easier to work with than the mop strings. Now here I made a little boo-boo. I did not get my stuffing down far enough, so there was a gap in between the beard and the hat. So I was just using some scrap yarn to kind of make it more full. Here I'm just taking some red felt that I measured and folded in half to use for the band of the hat and securing it to the front and the back using some hot glue. If you're new, welcome. My name's Robin, and I love to do farmhouse style decor, and I really like to make gnomes and snowmen this time of year. So if you're new, I'd love it if you hit that subscribe button and became a member of my Unleashed tribe. Now, continuing to work on our gnome, I took a small styrofoam ball from the Dollar Tree, cut just a little bit off the back to help it lay flat, and used some red puffy paint and glitter for his nose. Added some candy canes to his hat, and I think he is adorable. I think he's the most favorite gnome that I have made yet on my channel. I love him. Y'all have to let me know what you think down in the comments. This video is part of the Sweet But Twisted Open Invitation Challenge, where we had to make DIYs with a candy cane theme. The playlist and as well as the host channels will be linked in the description box below. Be sure to check out the playlist. Lots of inspiration for y'all. So moving on to our next DIY is a candy cane Christmas tree. You'll need a tinsel tree frame, some bowl filler, some paper straws, and some felt. So after you remove the tinsel, you'll want to wrap the form in some white felt and secure it with hot glue. I cut the felt off smooth with the bottom of the frame, and then it was time to start hot gluing the bowl filler to my tree. I used some of the more medium-sized pieces and just went all the way around the bottom. I thought I was going to do some kind of a pattern, but I think they're just pretty kind of glued here, there, and yonder. So I wanted to give some, I don't know, vertical dimension, if you will, to this. So I'm taking some of these paper straws and hot gluing them to the side of the vertical pieces of the tree frame. I got my bowl filler at Hobby Lobby and the Dollar Tree. And as you see here, I started gluing on the bigger pieces first. I was going to try to go in a pretty little spiral pattern. It just didn't work out that way. So basically all you do is just hot glue all the pieces, fill up your tree, every little nook and cranny that you can. And this is just something you'll want to do, either turn on a movie and sit in front of the TV, turn on some music, whatever, but it's really kind of relaxing. I enjoyed this part. I was just sitting here thinking, how pretty would this tree be done in shades of blue and silver and maybe some snowflakes? I think that would be gorgeous. What colors would y'all have used? Red and gold, red and silver? Let me know. I had these greenery picks that I picked up at Walmart, and they reminded me of mint leaves, and they had a really pretty frosty look. So I'm just filling in the gaps where I couldn't fill in with any more bowl filler. And I used the bigger leaves to make the topper of the tree. And look how pretty this is, guys. I love this. Y'all let me know what you think about this tree. How about a candy cane house? This one's fun and so easy. What you'll want is one of the little metal houses on a stand from the Dollar Tree, or you could use a wooden house. I gave it one good coat of the crimson Waverly chalk paint, and then I'm just taking my hot glue and just zigzagging and kind of dribbling it along the roof of the house and the chimney, and then sprinkling on some iridescent glitter that I also picked up from Walmart. I know it's kind of hard to tell on camera, but this iridescent glitter gives off under the lights just different colors like blues and purples. It just depends on how you hold it under the light. And you really do get a lot in this. It's a 4-ounce jar from Walmart, and I just shake off the excess on a piece of paper. And then when I'm done, I just open up the jar and pour it back in. So this jar will last me forever. I still had some straws left over from the tree project, and I thought my little house needed a door. So I just cut down some pieces and made a little door for the front. So I glued on the top piece, and I actually picked up a bag of real peppermint candy and some gumdrops. And I thought, how cute would that be to use the little green gumdrops as shrubbery for the front of our house? I have to say, I was tempted to try those gumdrops to see what they would taste like. I haven't had one since I was a kid. I didn't like them as a kid, and not much has changed now because, ugh. I just don't care for them, but look how cute they made this little house. It was the perfect little touch, and I added in some fake snow on the front. I just think it's cute. Very cute decor piece. So what about some candy cane jam? What you'll need is one of these wooden mason jar pieces from the Dollar Tree, and you will need a heat gun to remove all of that stuff off the front. Once you get that removed, I just give it one good coat all over of my Waverly plaster chalk paint. Then I used my Cricut to cut out Mrs. Claus's North Pole Confections sweet but twisted candy cane jam. Added some fabric to the top to make it look like a homemade candy jar. And I love this. I thought this was the perfect craft to add to this video. And I think candy cane jam might not be bad. I love pepper jelly. So I don't know. Somebody have to try to make that. I think this is one of my favorites. I love this. Sweet but twisted. That kind of describes me. Speaking of jam and jelly, if you're still here watching this with me, leave me a comment telling me what your favorite flavor of jam or jelly is. Mine is strawberry. So here's our final look at everything we made today. The tree, and of course the gnome, our little candy cane house, and then the candy cane jam. Which one was your favorite? I'm torn today. I'm torn between the tree and the gnome. So be sure to let me know in the comments which one was your favorite. And don't forget to check out the playlist for this fun challenge, as well as the host channels that are linked in the description box below. Thank you. Thank you so much for spending some time with me today. And until the next video, y'all go get your craft on. Bye.